Okay, so what are we going to do today? I'm going to try and talk you through Plato's divided line. This is so you can understand it a bit better. Actually, it's so I can understand it a bit better. It's supposedly a simile, but compared to his others, it's more like a diagram. Now, it's going to help you if you draw this out, and I'll talk us both through it. So first, Plato says, suppose you have a line divided into two unequal parts. Then divide the parts again in the same ratio to represent the visible and intelligible orders. Okay, so these four sections are going to be labelled A, B, C, and D. Very simple. You'll get that C and D are part of the visible realm, whilst A and B are the intelligible realm. And you can remember that because only the most intelligent can access those A and B grades. Ha! But before we go any further, I'm going to label the two sides so that as I add to the diagram, you can see where I'm going to place the objects and where I place the epistemic states. So let's start filling it in. We'll begin with D and work our way up. This section is the epistemic state of illusion, which allows us to comprehend shadows and reflections. But what does that actually mean? Plato asks us to imagine the sort of knowledge that can be gained by looking at shadows of things. So think about it, you're looking at a shadow of a tree. You can see like the basic shape of the branches, but obviously depending on where the light source is, it's going to change shape. So you don't actually know the real shape of the tree. Now section C, which is bigger. Still in the realm of the visible, the epistemic state of belief allows us to comprehend physical objects. This belief is what our senses give us. You can hear my voice, so you have a belief that it's there. But remember, Plato doesn't think our senses are what gives us knowledge, so it's going to stay as belief. So that's section D and section C, and together they give us opinion. Now on to the second part of the line. This second part falls into the intelligible realm. Section B is the epistemic state of mathematical reasoning. Remember, Plato sees maths as one of the closest things to knowledge in this world. Hence why the mathematical forms, the maths that we can comprehend, are placed higher on the line than actual physical objects. This is because when we consider maths, things like perfect equilateral triangles and straight lines, our mind is accessing things that's impossible to experience in the physical world. And that's why maths is part of the intelligible realm. Lastly, section A is the epistemic state of intelligence. Yes, if we are intelligent, then our minds can comprehend the forms. Now Plato is a bit vague about how we access the forms, but we can grasp them the same way that we can access the image of a perfectly straight line, in our minds, without anything in the physical world. And together, A and B gives us knowledge according to Plato's definition. Look down at your piece of paper, you should have a completed diagram of the divided line. I know I do. You can have another look at mine, or you can look at the textbook that I was working from, which was Philosophy in Focus. But hopefully that has helped you. It has certainly helped me. Thank you very much.